While many of us are familiar with the Protestant Reformations in Germany, England, and France, the Reformation in Sweden was hugely significant in consolidating the Protestant religion. So, how did Sweden turn from a solidly Catholic country at the start of the 16th century to a distinctly Protestant one by the end of it? Two key figures in the Swedish Reformation were the brothers Laurentius and Olaus Petri, both of whom studied at the University of Wittenberg under the influence of leading reformers Martin Luther and Philip Melanchthon. Upon the brothers' return to Sweden in the early 1520s, Laurentius met with King Gustav I of Sweden to discuss theological matters. King Gustav, also known as Gustav Vasa, was impressed and intrigued by reformist theology, possibly influenced by a disagreement he had previously had with the Pope. Gustav had been excommunicated by the Pope in 1520 for removing Gustav Trolle as Archbishop of Uppsala for Trolle supposedly being in league with the Danish king, King Christian II. Gustav was thus far more open to reformist thinking than most European monarchs of the time, and even offered to facilitate a debate between Olaus Petri and Catholic professor Peter Galle, before Galle refused. The Riksdag of Västerås in 1527 saw major steps in Sweden taking up Lutheranism, with the Swedish crown effectively given control of the church and its lands in the country. In 1529, further steps in consolidating the Reformation took place, such as the discouragement but not ban on the veneration of saints and pilgrimages, and the closing of the Catholic press in Jönköping. These changes did not turn the Swedish population Lutheran overnight, but the wheels of the Reformation had begun to turn in the country. Many Swedes were upset by these changes, however, and the Catholic Church was not beset by the same problems of corruption that it was in Norway, for example. The strength of feeling for Catholicism was shown with the ultimately unsuccessful Westrogothian and Dalecarlian rebellions in the 1520s and 1530s. Regardless of these risings, the Swedish Church declared itself formally independent of Rome in 1536 at the Synod of Uppsala, and in 1541 the Bible was translated into Swedish. The Swedish Bible majorly developed the Swedish language, and enabled ordinary Swedes to access the Word of God, which the Catholic Church had said could only be accessed via Latin, Hebrew, or Greek. Some Catholic Swedes continued to oppose this religious reform, and one of these opponents was Niels Dacke, who launched the Dacke War in opposition to it, but this was defeated. Through advancements in the printing press, the Swedish Bible was able to spread quickly across the country, and with it, the Lutheran Church became stronger and stronger. King Gustav I died in 1560, ending a life in which he was a major figure in bringing the Reformation to Sweden. Still, this was not the end of the Reformation's history in the country, as we will cover in a future video. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like these videos if you can, it really helps me out.